Black youth organizers in our city have been calling our attention to the fact that our city spends annually 40% of its budget on the Chicago Police Department compared to less than 1% on CPS. 40% compared to 1%. That's not right. We want a living wage. We want free and affordable housing for everyone. I want to lift up the demands that OCAD and BYP already lifted up because those are so important. But we cannot have those things. Those things are not possible if we don't talk about defunding the police, defunding ICE, defunding the Department of Homeland Security, defunding prisons, and defunding the military. Because these are all things that do harm to our communities. They do not help us, they do not protect us, they harm us, they kill us, and they disproportionately affect Black trans people and Black trans women in particular. These are systems that are committing sexual violence against our communities, that are displacing us and leaving us out on the street, that are locking us up when we're struggling with mental health instead of providing us support, instead of providing us resources so that we can get well. And there is no worker power, there is no economic justice without abolition of the systems that are sucking up the majority of the resources in our city, in our country, and in our world. So I want to leave y'all with that message. Workers' rights are not possible without abolition of the systems that do us harm. No justice, no peace, abolish the police. I said no justice, no peace. I said no justice, no peace. I said no justice, no peace. Thank you.
All right, folks. Our next speaker, I'll let him know. Our next speaker from the Mexican Federation's Elsa Lopez.
Hola, Chicago, ¿cómo están? ¡Sí se puede! Mi nombre es Elsa López, soy mujer indígena de Michoacán, México, y una veterana de los Estados Unidos. Vengo en representación de la Federación de Clubes Casa Michoacán. Llegué a este país sin documentos, al igual que muchos de ustedes. Mis padres nos trajeron aquí desde que éramos niñas. Ellos trabajaron día a día para darnos una vida mejor. Hoy estoy aquí para alzar la voz de 12 millones de inmigrantes indocumentados. Hablemos de lo que sí somos. Nosotros contribuimos al desarrollo de ese país y a su economía. Las frutas y verduras que tenemos en el centro de nuestras mesas son cosechados por nuestras familias. Los latinos pagamos 86 mil millones de impuestos federales y estatales. Claro que aportamos. Para muchas de nuestras familias sabemos que vivir en ese país no ha sido fácil. No tengamos miedo, salgamos de las sombras, luchemos juntos, no más criminalización y racismo. Ese también es nuestro país. Seguiremos luchando, sigan resistiendo, tengan la esperanza. Juntos ganaremos el respeto por nuestras familias. Hello, Chicago. My name is Elsa Lopez. I am an indigenous woman of Michoacán, Mexico, and a veteran of the United States. I came on behalf of the Federation de Clubes Casa Michoacán. I arrived in this country undocumented like many of you. My parents brought us when we were very young. They worked day to day to give us a better life. Today, I am here to raise the voice of 12 million undocumented immigrants. Let's talk about what we are. We contribute to the development of this country and its economy. The fruits and vegetables that we have in the center of our tables are harvested by immigrants. Latinos pay 86 billion in taxes, federal and state. Of course, we contribute as well. For many of our families, we know that living in this country has not been as easy. Let's not fear. Let's get out of the shadows. Let's fight together. No more criminalization and racism. This is also our country. We will continue to fight. Resistance and hope Together, we will gain the respect of our families. ¡Sí se puede! Gracias. Thank you.
Good job. Good job, Elsa. Thank you. So leaving the world a better place for our children is an important part of all of our legacies. Our brothers and sisters in the Chicago Teachers Union are on the front lines educating our city's future. Governor Rauner believes that these workers deserve dignity and respect in their workplace. He is using their crisis for personal gain. Enough is enough, Governor Rauner. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. So it's time to invest in education. Right now, I'd like to introduce Linda Perales.
Hi, everyone. I just want to say you all are amazing. A little rain didn't stop us. We're here to resist. My name is Linda Perales. I'm here with the Chicago Teachers Union, and we're here today as workers. We are workers who are under attack, just like our students are under attack. Our immigrant students, our black students, our Muslim students, and our LGBTQ students, and we are here to say that it needs to stop. The CTU has developed a sanctuary school resolution to make our school real safe spaces. How can he do this? How can RAM and the CPS school board do this? First, by protecting our black and brown students. Our black and brown students need to unite because together we can fight the school to prison pipeline and the school to deportation pipeline. We need to eliminate the use of the gang database at the school level and the city level. This database is a fast track to deportation and incarceration. You can be on this list if you are 1 year old, and you're only placed on this list because of where you live or how you look. We demand that RAM and the CPS school board eliminate police presence in schools. In the last 10 years, they have averaged 4,000 to 5,000 arrests in schools. So people that are arrested under the age of 17, 20% of those arrests happen in schools. This needs to stop. Instead, they need to fund restorative justice programs, fully fund them, and make them effective. We need to demand that RAM and the CPS school board implement school and district safety action plans in the case of an ICE raid, in the case of a deportation, of gun violence, or other attacks to our vulnerable communities. And finally, we need to demand that RAM and the CPS school board reverse budget cuts and fairly fund every school. Give us counselors, give us social workers, give us restorative justice coordinators. Our students are experiencing violence and deportation-related trauma, and we need to make sure that we give them the support that we need. But we're here together to resist and to rebuild and to fight and to protect our students. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're gonna invite Maya Aracilia to the stage from the Fellowship of Filipino Migrants in the house. Now we're gonna do a little chant in English, in Spanish, and in Tagalog, all right? So I'm gonna need y'all to help us out. So the chant is,
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
El pueblo unido.
Jamás será vencido.
El pueblo unido.
Jamás será vencido.
El pueblo unido.
Jamás será vencido. Ang tao, ang bayan, ngayon ay lumalaban. Ang tao, ang bayan, ngayon ay lumalaban. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. My name is Maya Arcilia, and I am a part of Anak Bayan Chicago and the Fellowship for Filipino Migrants. And we join you all in saying, end all deportation. We condemn the Trump administration in its plan to strengthen immigration enforcement, to hire 10,000 immigration agents, defund sanctuary cities, and deport undocumented immigrants.
1 out of the 4 of the over 4 million Filipinos in the United States are undocumented, and many of them are victims of human trafficking and labor trafficking. We have hotel and restaurant workers who are forced to work over 80 hours without pay. We have 300 plus oil rig workers who are treated like slaves, not even allowed to go to church. We have 100 teachers from the Philippines who are promised jobs in the U.S., but when they came here, there was no jobs for them. Over 6,000 Filipinos leave the Philippines daily in search of a better life. As Filipinos, we know that immigration is a matter of life and death. But we're not only here to stay, we're here to fight back. As anak bayan in the fellowship, we know that the conditions in our home country push us away because of the unequal relations between the Philippines and the United States. Trump always talks about undocumented immigrants, but he never mentions that there are U.S. military bases in the Philippines. He doesn't mention the U.S. companies that profit off of the labor of Filipino trafficked workers. The U.S. government and corporations have benefited and continue to benefit from the suffering of the Filipino people. We are not to blame for the lack of jobs in the economic crisis in the U.S. We are going to be very clear. Immigrants, Muslims, refugees, women are not our enemies. Our enemy is Trump and this system. So while we march today, we also march in solidarity with national liberation movements in other countries that are fighting to stop the U.S. government from waging wars abroad. We march in solidarity with black people brutalized by police. We march in solidarity with the Palestinian movement, and especially Rasmia Odeh, a Palestinian torture victim who is currently facing deportation. Join with me in saying, "Justice for Rasmia!" We will not only end deportations, but we will eradicate the system that tears apart families in order to survive. We will change the conditions that allow a few people to profit from the suffering of our families here and abroad. We will demand sanctuary for all. We also want to invite you to a convening called the Peace Tour, where we'll be bringing indigenous leaders, human rights activists, and peace consultants from the Philippines. And that is starting this Wednesday until Sunday. We'd love for you all to come. Some folks will be passing out flyers soon. And together, let's say, from Palestine to the Philippines, stop the U.S. war machine. From Palestine to the Philippines, stop the U.S. war machine. From Palestine to the Philippines, stop the U.S. war machine. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. And we're almost up to a close, people, but I think Maya and everybody has been definitely putting on a message that we definitely want to make clear, specifically to Ram here in Chicago. And we want sanctuary for who? Sanctuary for all. Sanctuary for who? Sanctuary for who? Santuario para todos. And I wanted to invite you all, two sisters in the fight. We're going to invite Juliana from Asian Americans Advancing Justice and Suzanne from the Syrian Community Network.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Juliana Firigay, and I am a sophomore at Northside College Prep. I have been a youth leader with Asian Americans Advancing Justice Chicago's Kinetic program. As a CPS student, I've seen so many of my friends and their families living in constant fear because of this new administration's rhetoric, policy proposals, and explicit targeting of immigrant, refugee, and undocumented youth and families. I'm here today to say that we all need protection and safety in our schools, our city, and our state. And there's one way that we can do that right now in Illinois. Some of you might have seen these postcards going around. These are to show support for the Trust Act, a critical bill that will stop local police from coordinating with ICE, and it prevents Illinois from participating in any type of federal religious registry, and protects victims of crimes by reforming the U visa process. sign a postcard today so that we can show the General Assembly and Governor Rauner that we, the people, support a welcoming Illinois. Just this weekend, we wrapped up the first 100 days of our resistance to the hateful policies of this administration. To me, resistance means standing with the undocumented community members who live in constant fear of deportation. Resistance means stopping this administration's anti-Muslim policies from coming to Illinois. Resistance means standing with the Black community to make this a welcoming, safe state for everyone. And most of all, resistance means protecting our communities, every single person. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce Suzanne Salul from Syrian Community Network.
Thank you, Juliana. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Suzanne Sahlul from the Syrian Community Network. We have been together demonstrating with the immigrants and the undocumented. We were together at the airport to demonstrate against the Muslim ban when it first came out. We demonstrated against the Iraq War and against the war on Gaza. We marched at immigration rallies in Chicago against deportation of families. But today, I stand in front of you, a person who works with newly resettled Syrian refugees. And I stand here as a woman and as a Muslim. I visited refugees in Greece, Jordan, and Turkey and saw firsthand the desperate conditions they're living in. People just like you and me waiting to either resettle or to go home. Now the Syrian Community Network is working with over 150 families here in Chicago. I also visited detention center and saw families just like yours and mine waiting and looking to find legal guardians for their children. No parent should have to do that, and no child should have to go through this trauma. Let me tell you that the mothers who are resettled here in Chicago, they have the same concerns as you do. They worry about their children's homework, their livelihood, how they will pay their bills, how they will help their children succeed in school. Aren't those some of the same concerns that you have? Let us embrace refugees and our undocumented brothers and sisters and declare, you are most welcome here in Chicago. Let us embrace our undocumented brothers and sisters and tell them, we are with you. Let's make Chicago the most welcoming city in the U.S. by embracing one another and shouting out loud and clear, you are welcome here. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to ask a quick favor of you all. So all those particularly communities that we have been talking about that need to be covered under the sanctuary for all, the Black community, the brown community, undocumented community, LGBTQ, women, I need you all to say this after me. A la comunidad que ahorita estamos viendo, que está marginalizada, que está siendo afectada, a la comunidad inmigrante, a la comunidad negra, a la policía, a las gentes que estamos ahorita viendo atacadas de la policía, les pido que ustedes digan, mi existir es resistir. My existence is my resistance. So repeat after me, my existence is my resistance. My existence is my resistance. My existence is my resistance. En español, mi existir es resistir. Mi existir es resistir. Mi existir es resistir. And to everybody else next to you, I need you to link up arms with everybody. Link up arms, because under this administration, we're all going to be under attack. And for this, we need to all stand together. So everybody, please link up arms, look to the person next to you and say, your existence is resistance. Your resistance is resistance. Your resistance is resistance. Tu existir es resistir. Tu existir es resistir. Thank you. So we're going to give the mic over to Nelsa Gaitan from Mujeres Latinas en Acción. Everybody please give her a round of applause.
Good afternoon, Chicago. Buenas tardes, Chicago. My name is Nelsa Gaitan, and I'm here representing Mujeres Latinas en Acción, Latin Women in Action. Today we are here to fight for dignity of immigrant women and families in order to create safety and equality. Latinas are paid 54 cents for every dollar to white compared to white, no Hispanic men. We must eliminate the pay gap and raise the minimum wage. Working conditions must improve. This includes protection against sexual assault and sexual harassment in the workplace. And no retaliation if a survivors report a crime. Paid sick time for caring for a sick family member or dealing with the consequences of domestic violence or sexual assault. Access to reproductive health care is also a critical issue for women in low-wage jobs. Women must have access to birth control, preventive care, and coverage for full range of health care, including abortion. If not, women cannot advance in their education, obtain job promotions, or provide for their families in the best way possible. If women workers are not protected and have no path to economic security, all workers, families, and communities suffer the consequences. I invite you to join Mujeres Latinas en Acción and other organizations fighting for the rights of women and immigrant workers. Please support the Illinois Trust Act to make Illinois a welcome state to all immigrants and refugees. So please sign the postcard. It also offers additional protections for survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Nelsa. Now, I'm going to bring up to the stage Fernando Huerta, Chicago Community Workers' Rights. Now, CCWR has been in the fight and in the struggle for a long time. And right now, they've been basically the home to organized communities against deportations. So I'm going to hand over the mic to Fernando. Una bienvenida, Fernando.
Bienvenidos todos los trabajadores internacionales y todos los inmigrantes que hoy hacemos de este país un país grande, que somos parte también de la economía y el brazo derecho también para poder ser productivos, porque todos venimos a trabajar, ¿sí o no? Por eso, hoy, Día Internacional de los Trabajadores, nos reunimos una vez más en esta plaza y queremos externar algo para que aquí el mayor de Chicago entienda y escuche que nosotros queremos que este lugar sea un santuario, pero un santuario de verdad, ¿sí o no, compañeros? Por eso decimos, dentro de toda la coyuntura política que se está dando en este país, al aplicar las leyes migratorias, órdenes por el presidente Donald Trump, los representantes del Partido Republicano están equivocados. Durante toda su vida, durante toda nuestra vida, aquí hemos pagado tantos impuestos como cualquier ciudadano, ¿sí o no? Sí. Exigimos reconocimiento a nuestras aportaciones, respeto a nuestra cultura y alto a la criminalización de nuestra gente. En Chicago dicen, vivimos en una ciudad santuario. Bueno, eso dicen. Sin embargo, en la ordenanza que la cubre hay 4 excepciones específicas. No protegidas, que cubre y permite a la policía atentar contra los inmigrantes que vivimos en esta ciudad. Son estas. 1. Cuando alguien tiene una orden judicial criminal pendiente, exigimos que la policía de Chicago no es quien para juzgar, no tiene la capacidad de decidir, ya que la única autoridad es un juez quien entiende la orden criminal de la persona. 2. Cuando la persona ha sido acusada de una felonía, aunque no haya sido condenada, la policía de Chicago impulsa, se castigue doblemente por el mismo delito, aunque no haya sido cometido, a una persona al ponerla a disposición de ICE y posteriormente ser deportada, y es algo que ya no queremos. 3. Cuando la persona ha sido acusada por una felonía, aunque la persona no haya sido encontrada culpable, la policía de Chicago puede ponerla a disposición de ICE y ser deportada también. Muchas de estas personas, si son residentes o ciudadanos, cuando algunos salen del país, no se les permite regresar o se les castiga doblemente con una deportación a su país de origen, separándolos de sus familias, y es algo que tampoco ya no queremos, o queremos eso. 4. Cuando un individuo está en una base de datos, no existe regla alguna que la policía debe de seguir para poner a una persona en la base de datos de las pandillas. Consideramos injusto que se criminalice a una persona por el simple hecho de saludar, estar cerca de una persona que pertenece a una pandilla o por su forma de vestir. Cuando cualquier residente de Chicago tiene encuentro con la policía, no debe significar que deben ser tratados de manera diferente. Exigimos a las autoridades de Chicago la eliminación de las excepciones en la ordenanza de la ciudad para que Chicago sea realmente una ciudad santuario. Eso es lo que queremos, ¿sí o no? Una verdadera ciudad santuario. Un día como hoy, 1 de mayo de 1889, en París, se estableció como Día Internacional de los Trabajadores en el mundo, reivindicando el origen de la lucha de los mártires de Chicago, que aquí nació, asesinados en Estados Unidos de Norteamérica, durante una huelga celebrada en Chicago el 1 de mayo de 1886. Exigencias obreras eran 8 horas de trabajo, 8 horas para dormir, 8 horas para compartir con la familia y la casa, y eso ya no lo vivimos, ya no lo pasamos, o sí pasamos ese tiempo con la familia. Es puro trabajo, venimos solo a producir en este país y no le quitamos nada a nadie. Por eso, trabajadores del mundo unidos, emigrantes del mundo unidos, hasta la victoria siempre.
¡Que viva la huelga! ¡Que viva! ¡Ni una más deportación! ¡Ni una más! ¡Ni una más! ¡Ni una más! ¡Now one more! ¡Now one more! sanctuary for who? All right.
No, it's not her. I'm speaking. She's not.
All right, May Day! In the house, May Day! Woo! All right, we have our sister and brother here from CPAC, Tony.
And I'm getting ready to introduce you. Can I get the mic, Tony?
They said I'm gonna give you the mic. So what's your
No, give me the mic, Tony. So they don't want me to speak. These people got a problem with me speaking because I represent CPAC. And CPAC is a civilian police accountability council. So why is it we can't speak?
We can speak.
So can we speak? Can we speak? Can we speak? Okay. Well, we out here today to get a civilian police accountability council. That's what CPAC stands for. That's why we out here with the workers today to work, to march for the workers and to make sure we stand in solidarity with our brothers because they stood in solidarity with us. I want to say one thing. Long live the revolution. Make sure that your organization that you organize with is not an organization that is organizing against the people. The people united will never be divided. CPAC, stand up, fight back.
Woo! Hey, my name is Tony Rogers. I'm an organizer for CPAC. Woodline area. We stand united for everyone. Hispanic, black, white, it do not matter. We are CPAC. We love everyone. 7-8 Police Accountability Council to stop the abuse of police. Again, we stand in unity and we love everyone. We love y'all. Mucho que hola. Mucho que pasa. Que pasa mucho. Mucho love. Everyone. CPAC.
Thank you, CPAC, sister and brother. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, you got it. All right, folks. We are a diverse coalition, as you've seen. We don't run from it. It is what it is. The Haymarket tragedy was just that. It was a diverse group of organizations that came together, moving in the same direction, wanting and fighting for common cause and common purpose. That's what this is about. Nobody's trying to brainwash anybody or do anything crazy. We're all trying to come together and say we want a better life. So look, you may not agree with everybody that was up here today. You may not even agree with every speech that was given today. But here's what we have for one another. We have respect. We believe in dignity of the person. We believe in respecting each opinion and each view, and that's what this is about. We stood in the rain for it because we believe in it. All right? We marched in the pouring rain because we believe in it. And that's what this is. This is a moment in time that we are going to turn into a movement. Because look around. This is what diversity looks like. The speeches that you've seen today is what diversity sounds like. And when the time comes, we will show what democracy looks like. So our final speaker for today, the person that's going to bring us home, a personal friend of mine, a friend to many of us in this city that has moved the ball for education, for educating our children and lifting our communities up. It is with great pleasure that I introduce Karen Lewis.
Thank you, Jorge, and thank you all the people who put together this amazing day. And thank you, everyone who walked through the pouring rain to be here today. First of all, we're all in this hot, buttery mess together. Yes, we are. And we have to stand with one another. We have to stand shoulder to shoulder, back to back. I got yours, you got mine. No two ways around it. We cannot allow people to come into our schools and take our children out and separate families from each other. We cannot use the excuse of someone isn't respectable to separate families and separate our interests. Those days are over. Sisters and brothers, this is movement work. And movement work is hard. And the journey is long. And your feet get weary. But you know what? There is light at the end of the tunnel. But if you're not honest with yourself about this is the long haul, then you've wasted your time and energy today. We cannot do this by ourselves. We have to figure out a way to look at the person standing next to you who is not your friend, not your family, and say, come on, sister, come on, brother, let's take this on. We have to respect each other's religions. Those of us who are religious minorities know what that feels like. We know what it feels like. Those of us who are ethnic minorities know what it feels like. But the key is, let's join arms. Why not? If we're a solid front, how can they break us? They cannot. But they will if we start peeling off. Oh, no, they weren't talking about me. No, they weren't talking about me. I don't know about that guy over there because, you know, he scares me. I don't know about that girl over there. I don't know why she looks like she looks. It doesn't matter, sisters and brothers. What matters is that we are all human beings. Human beings take care of one another. We work together. We live together. We pray together. We do all kinds of things together. Find the right spot. Yeah, it's called feedback. And we all get it, right? So the key becomes, how do you use the information you get back? You use the information by saying, you know what, I'm going to deal with that big old guy over there. I've never seen him. Hey. But he could be scary to me. I'm going to deal with that guy in a Bears hat. I'll even deal with somebody in a Cubs hat. You know how hard that is for me? I'm a South Sider. But I will deal with somebody in a Cubs hat. I will walk arm in arm. I will walk arm in arm with a Cubs supporter. I'll walk arm in arm with the Bears, the Bulls. And guess what? We can all do something special. You know, that's what this comes down to, and that's what they're afraid of, and that's why they want to stop us from marching. They want us separated. We will not be separated. I don't care what your country of origin is. You're here now, so let's work together now. Thank you. Safe travels home, sisters and brothers. Goodbye.
When our community is What do